We should not let society, we should not let religions, we should not let any outside energies bash us or make us feel like we have less of a space or we take up less space. We should not let their negating, their neglect, their unwillingness to admit the truth rob us of what our power is. Our power is nurturing. That can be a spouse, that can be a child, that can be a job, that can be a business, that can be your money, that can be your body, that could be whatever you want it to be, because you are the divine feminine. Nobody can question like what you're choosing to nurture, as long as you're choosing to nurture something and not just sitting idle, like having a negative thoughts because of the complexities of it all, because of the frustration of it all. And once you come into the understanding of how much you possess, what else can you be besides grateful when you actually think about how many gifts, talents, powers, magical powers that you are loaded with? You understand? Let's keep going. We're going to look at, no, I want to do the affirmations last. I'm going to pull out the Kali deck because I hadn't been able to use my Kali deck because you got to have this book with this Kali deck. I'm going to tell you that now. You got to have this book. And my book was in my storage, but I finally found it. Going through boxes looking for other stuff, I finally found it. So I want to use my Kali deck. This is one of my favorite decks, to be honest. Whoever, Alana Fairchild, girl, you did your thing on this deck. I ain't going to hold you. You did your thing. I mean, it's like a whole booklet. It really is. It's really nice. So if you are tapped into the Kali energies, I don't know how you feel about it. Kali is one of my favorite manifestations of the divine feminine. Okay. And I've had this deck for a while, but I haven't been able to use it for a while. So I'm gonna use it now. What do you want to say? What do you want to say to the mind? I usually just pull one because that's all you need. Like with this deck, that's all you need. We got Kamala Devi. Kamala Devi. I hope I'm saying that right. Number 25. Let's see what the mother wants to say. Number 25, girl, not page 25. Okay. Kamala Devi. We witness her beauty and all struggle melts into grace. Here we go. Upon a grateful sigh, the heart softens into her protection and radiates peace. Her presence transforms frustration into inspiration. There's that complexity, right? But look, we started. I want you to see how in sync what spirit is saying, what the mother is saying. Gratitude, gratefulness, right, transforms frustration into inspiration, fatigue into replenishment, and overactivity into effortless attraction. This is the divine feminine. Okay? We don't over just be doing shit. Okay? Because we effortlessly attract to us what we need. This is what we possess. This is the magic that is us. Right? She is the golden pathway of divine manifestation and peace. Whoa. Because I'm a divine feminine, so I'm pulling the cards and y'all watch it, but I'm getting this right fresh off the press myself, okay? Listen to this. She is the golden pathway of divine manifestation and peaceful contentment. Now come on. Now come on. Now come on. She empowers your heart to receive with the same generosity, openness, and grace that you express. Right? when you give freely and joyfully. I just talked about that. You want to be nurtured, but you have the ability to nurture. You are the divine feminine. So how you nurture yourself is to nurture, to give of that, right? Not martyr yourself. Let's make this clear. Not self, like, no. But you nurture that which is ready for nurturing. You understand? Because all things, all situations, all people are not quite ready to be nurtured. Right? Like, so you don't force it, but this is how you nurture yourself. By knowing the ways in which you are gifted to give to your family, to your community, to society, to humanity, to your loved ones, your children, your husband, your wife, like whatever. You know the gifts that you hold inside that will nurture others because you are utilizing it to nurture you. So this is not martyring. Nurture you first, and then from that, you outwardly express when you give freely and joyfully. Abundant divine blessings are upon you. You are blessed. Right? Like, I ain't even read this part right here. This just the first part. This is all I've read. And this little part right here has confirmed everything that Spirit was saying with the other cards. Being grateful leads to a certain contentment. Knowing that you are blessed, despite the frustration, despite the complexities that life may be presenting you. You understand? Like, life can present it, but you possess the power to define it. Now, you could choose to define that situation, that person, that thing as a struggle, as getting on my motherfucking nerves, as something you don't want to go through, you want to avoid it. Like, you can define it as toxic. You can define yourself as not good enough. You can continue to define your life through negative, low vibrational definitions, or you can say, well, wait a minute, now, if I got the choice. If I got the choice to choose how I'm going to see this, why would I sign up for choosing to see it like that? Like that, where is that going to get me is the question I have to always ask myself. Like, okay, now wait a minute. All right, let's pull back, because you're seeing it one way because you've been domesticated to see it one way. Pull back, because what is that going to get you? What is the worryation, the anxiety, the obsessive thinking? What is all of that going to get you as far as the outcome you want? So you could take that same obsessive energy of thinking about it, and you could just go and put that. You could just go and put that in your magic, your spell work, whatever you want. You can go do work about that. You could take all that same energy, bundle it up, and go do your manifestation work. Versus sitting here, obsessively thinking about it over and over and over in a negative way. What is that going to get you towards the outcome you want? Because we don't participate as divine feminines in overactivity, doing too much, because we attract, right? We attract what it is we need. We attract what it is we want. And we do that through the spirit of gratitude, gratefulness, that leads to contentment and peace and nurturing. Something you are trying to manifest, you have not been consistently nurturing. Whether it be a change about in yourself, which means you're not self-nurturing enough. Whether it be a business or a seed you planted in the ground but it's not yielding, you're not nurturing it. Yeah, you know. Of course, we have our, you know what I'm saying, rest seasons, rest times. But if you're anything like me, and I'm gonna just tell on my own self, a rest supposed to be like a day or two or three, maybe But you have extended it out to 6 months. Like, you ain't been doing shit for 6 months. And you planted a seed and you haven't been watering it. You haven't been taking care of it. You haven't been trimming away the weeds. You haven't been pruning it. You know what I'm saying? You ain't been doing nothing for 6 months. And you wonder why it's dry and it's not giving no fruit. It's not giving because you're not nurturing it. That is our superpower as divine feminines, right? That's our power. We should not let society, we should not let religions, we should not let any outside energies bash us or make us feel like we have less of a space or we take up less space. We should not let their negating, their neglect, their unwillingness to admit the truth rob us of what our power is. Our power is nurturing. That can be a spouse, that can be a child, that can be a job, that can be a business, that could be your money, that could be your body, that could be whatever you want it to be because you are the divine feminine. Nobody can question like what you're choosing to nurture. As long as you're choosing to nurture something and not just sitting idle, like having negative thoughts because of the complexities of it all, because of the frustration of it all. Whatever that all is, whatever that it is for you, right? At all costs, and especially right now, we must rebel against the idea that we need to go cold. We need to cut off our nurturing aspect. If you do that, you've already lost. I don't care how much you gain in the material world. If you cut off your superpower, you've already lost. Because if you can't nurture without, I'm pretty damn sure you're not nurturing within. Because without is a reflection of within. Without, outside of a person, outside of you, is an illusion. It does not exist. It only exists because of what exists within you. So if you are becoming a cold, bitter bitch, then that's what you are on the inside. And it is no breaking that. It's no defying that. It's no defying that. You cannot defy that. And this is one of them truths that I was talking about. You cannot defy that the outside world is a reflection of your inside world. So if you let the outside world tell you that it's time to shut down and be cold and don't be giving them about nobody and just think, then baby, it may seem like you're doing self-care, but you're gonna self-care yourself right into a black pit, a black hole by your damn self. And you're gonna be sitting down there, pulling your hair out, trying to figure out what's going on. Because you have relinquished your superpower. See, the reason why the world is telling us as divine feminines to do all this, be all in this like strong ass, because we do have a strong side, but we are talking about divine feminine energy. So we're not in the masculine. We have one. And she'll split you to the white meat. But we're not in her. We're in the divine feminine flow. The flow of the nurturing. The flow of giving and receiving. The flow of balance. The flow of caring. The flow of manifesting and attracting. We are in that flow. Now, because we are in that flow, then it is of the utmost importance that you understand that you cannot attract to your physical outside life anything you don't possess within. All right? So, let me just keep reading. The 10th of the 10, now I'm going to mess these Indian Hindu words up. I'm going to tell you that now. Mahavidyas, child, that word right there. The wisdom goddesses is the gracious goddess Kamala, Her presence reminds us not to make things more difficult for ourselves than they need to be. Sometimes the assumption of burden is necessary for our growth. Look, ooh, I'm about to throw this book. I'm about to throw this book. I'm about to throw it. Look, did she not just say that with this right here? Did she not just say that the complexities are part of the gradual progress of transformation and growth? I thought she had just said that. I thought she had. All right. At other times, growth happens when we learn to cast the burden aside, understanding that we will be able to offer so much more when not carrying another on our backs, so to speak. Sometimes a more graceful path evokes greater spiritual progress. See, this is what I was saying. We're not in the masculine. We have a masculine side. We're not in that warfare right now. We're not in that logic. This is Divine Feminine channel. So I'm talking to Divine Feminines. I'm talking to those who are in their Divine Feminine energy, who are working to get in their Divine Feminine energy, those who may not be and didn't know you needed to be. Sometimes you got to just sit that down. Just sit it down. And I was just telling myself this last night, literally. Because I'm an overthinker. And it gets so bad sometimes when I can't produce what I know I need to be producing. I can't manifest what I know I need to be manifesting because I'm overthinking it. I'm overanalyzing. I'm stressing on it, right? Like, just last night I had to tell myself, you got to sit that down. What Erykah Badu say, sit them bags down, bag lady. You got to sit that stuff down, honey. You're going to hurt your back. You're going to hurt your back. I'm telling you. All right? A graceful path provokes greater spiritual progress, which ultimately benefits all beings. Kamala Devi holds the wealth-generating, life-force-protecting qualities of preservation and cultivation. I liked it, Dad. Wealth-generating, life-force-protecting qualities of preservation and cultivation. If we are used to always giving out, even if we receive a lot, but consistently overshare or leak our energies, she teaches us the loving art of self-valuing. I'm in the Holy Ghost right now with this read. Listen, I'm in the spirit with this read. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Like, let me just keep reading, child. Because I just said this. Like, the loving art of self-value. You have everything you need, but you're leaking. Don't martyr yourself. I also told myself that last night too. This is not martyrism. This is not like Okay? This is not selfishness but self-care. When we care for ourselves, we show respect for who we are and what we have to offer. Wow. That respect is an energetic broadcast that repels lower level energy. Shut up. It gives us the firmness of mind to set boundaries wisely while attracting opportunities and pathways for expansion. When genuinely good and true things are strengthened and shared, every being gains spiritual benefit. Her presence in a reading speaks of a divine harvest of success and beauty created and protected, of longevity and peace. Kamala is the tantric emanation of Lakshmi, Awakening deeper spiritual understanding of the nature of material prosperity and spiritual alignment. See, this is what I was saying. It's a balance between what we have in the material world and what we have within. And we cannot become so greedy for the without that we neglect the within. We have to nurture self first. And from that nurturing, we give to that which is ready to be nurtured.